What's going on, fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. For today's video, I'm going to be answering the question if alt season is upon us. I'll go through a bit of charts because there is some quite good chart updates to show you guys, and there's some key signals and possibly evidence that the alt season might just start in the next few months. But without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow these pages. Before I get started, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Only 20% of you are actually subscribed to the YouTube channel, so please be sure to subscribe and like this video. It definitely helps the algo, and appreciate it for watching the content. So let's get right into it. First of all, liquidations, $150 million today. It's actually slightly down as of today since yesterday, and volatility is starting to reduce, but I do think this week we're going to have a major inflection point for Bitcoin as well as Ethereum. When it comes to liquidation heat map, nothing really else to say. For the 3-day chart on the liquidation heat map, we're having quite a bit of liquidity getting built up above us and below us. And like I said before, pretty much this week, if not next, we're going to have a major inflection point, and more than likely, I really do think that a breakout will happen because I really believe June will be a green month. And more than likely prior to that, we're probably going to have a sweep of the lows. Obviously, it's not guaranteed to have a sweep of the lows, but it's good to have expectations. And my expectations is this month to be green. And more than likely before that, we'll have a sweep of the lows. Maybe the high 90Ks, if not low 100K, but it won't be a great deal amount because a lot of people are still offside, if not shorting the markets. And it just seems to me that sentiment is resetting just as I would like to see. For long-short ratio, same thing. It's starting to grind down, which is good to see. And as long as this grinds down, I do think that we're probably going to have an imminent rise to the upside, and it just shows a lot more people are offside than you think, if not shorting the markets. For Bitcoin, so the Bitcoin chart as of today, we're still flagging really, and my base case has always been we want to reclaim this purple trend line, which is our third angle of parabolic trend. Let's see where we go, because as you guys can see, we need a very explosive move for that to happen. But of course, Bitcoin has always surprised us, and do not be surprised if that was the case, because Bitcoin has in the past had done major gold candles. If we were to move, we're going to be moving big, and just looking at prior history on like the weekly candles, we've had major upticks in the price. So even just going back here, our biggest weekly candle, I believe, was on the run to 100K. So in the matter of a week, we went up 10%. So if we do have major gold candles or like that, like from this current price, we can expect to reclaim that parabolic trend. And when it comes to lower time frames, look, it's just looking like we're just going to be chopping for the remainder of this week. And I am looking for that flush down to sweep the low, so maybe a fake out below this bull flag into the high 90K or so, and a reclaim and have a massive gold candle up ahead later on into June. For Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, it's actually looking quite bullish. There is news actually coming up, and this is actually just going to back up the charts really. And more than likely, I really do think Ethereum will hit that key 0.027 region, probably June, July. And more than likely, this Ethereum to USD chart will break out to the upside, and we'll get ahead of this accumulation range. So as you guys can see, and I've already told you guys already, look, we're in this major accumulation range. It's looking like a bullish wedge, in my opinion. And if we break above ahead, we're probably more than likely going to head straight to the 3K region. And my base case, pretty much I told you guys in the back of early May, more than likely this range break will happen. It will just take time. More than likely, in my opinion, June, July would be the place and time to do it. And when it comes to the daily chart, it's actually pretty interesting to see. If I grab the RSI and show you guys, we're actually having a lot of divergence happening. So as you guys can see, the daily chart is holding on the USD pairing. So we're pretty much slowly grinding up. The volatility is reducing. We're having higher lows, but the same highs, which is good to see because we're actually having RSI momentum producing. And what this means is, this is actually meaning that there is selling exhaustion and buyers are actually stepping in, even though the momentum is reducing. If we were to see this breakout happen on the RSI, it's probably going to be a leading indicator that, look, more than likely, Ethereum is going to be breaking out. So on the major RSI trends, we want to see Ethereum breaking out of its RSI, which could actually happen this week. And if we get that retest, it's looking like more than likely, if that's the case, Ethereum will be breaking out of its accumulation range this month and head to that major 3K resistance region. Next up is tweets. So first tweet is by Semka. Who's lying? Bear favorite Ethereum line or the hidden buller line on total of 3? And as you guys can see, to be honest, in my opinion, this isn't actually bearish. Yes, like looking at face value, this could be a bearish retest and we just break down from here. But as you guys can see, we've had multiple weekly closes at this resistance line, which just tells me that volatility is reducing, and more than likely we're going to have a massive spike to the upside very soon, probably this month. And if we do get that spike, it's going to be a massive green candle to the upside, bullish engulfing candle, whatever you want to call it. And more than likely, that one weekly candle will probably head us straight to the 3K region and reclaim it, maybe even get a retest sometime in June, July, and then have a massive boom to the upside and break that 4K region. And same goes for the total 3 line. So on a more traditional sense, total 3 is actually looking way more bullish. We're not actually testing resistance here, we're actually testing support. So as you guys can see, from late November 2024, we've done a massive retest and downtrend. We've bounced off it now, and really we're just waiting for Bitcoin and Ethereum to break out. And this textbook retest here just looks like to me continuation is about to happen, and more than likely in the next few months or so, we will break all-time highs for the total 3 charts. Next up is by TechDev. So this is actually a massive compression that's happening right now. The time's up, 4 years in the making. The alt spring has never been wound tighter. As you guys can see, the past 4 years, we've been in a massive compression, massive wedge, and we're really just about to break it, if not this quarter or next quarter. And as you guys can see, the longer the compression is, the more explosive the move is. The Bollinger Bands are actually compressing as well as this wedge. If we were to break out from here, we can expect a massive uptick in price. The technical target is, I believe it's the range it started from, so it's technically this line here. I can't draw it out from here, but if that's the case, the target would be anywhere from like the 5 to 10 trillion area, which is absolutely massive. It gives me goosebumps, because if that is the case, base coins and Ethereum will go absolutely bonkers. And I would not be surprised base chain in general will 5 to 10x in valuation for our market caps on our coins. And it's just looking like to me, all season will be coming, and we just have to wait a bit, probably another few months or so. Our leading indicator would be Ethereum. If we break above the 3K region, like I've always said, 3K region is our time to shine. And more than likely, time will be ticking for investing in base native token assets. So be sure to follow my X page, because I will be covering different base coins that I will be recommending. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. I just look at the fundamentals and relay what I see on the charts. All you guys really have to do for the base chain ecosystem is throw a dart, and more than likely, you'll be making money for this bull cycle. And I do cover prerequisites in my base native coin videos on my X page, so be sure to follow that page, because I make some really informative videos around that. But the verdict is really that if we get that compression breakouts, we can have a massive explosion in altcoins, and more than likely that will happen in the next few months or so. Tweet from CryptoSkull. So this is just going around the top signals around Solana, and why I personally think that Ethereum is going to have an absolute monster hated run, and base chain will be the high beta of that. When it comes to this tweet, study Hopium bounces like Ridden and study top signals. Ethereum memes are gaining strength like never before, and it's a snowball that will accelerate. This chart is a textbook bearish retest. This is the Sol to Ethereum chart, and as you guys can see, we're about to retest and have a bearish retest of the Sol to Ethereum chart. And once this plays out, and it is playing out as it stands, Solana will be having a weakening in its like meme ecosystem, as well as the Solana ecosystem in general. And it's pretty clear to me that Ethereum will start gaining attention later on in the end of its bull cycle. And this actually gets me super bullish, because one of the biggest protocols on Solana, Pump Fund, is actually planning a highly extractive pre-sale. Pump Fund is a major token deployer on Solana, and they're actually doing a $1 billion token pre-sale at 4 billion FDV. We've already seen a lot of meme coins on Solana actually dumping quite a bit because of this pre-sale news, and this to me it's just a major top signal for Solana. And if this is to be the case and they actually have that massive pre-sale, more than likely the Solana ecosystem will dump, because it's just one of the major extractive events on Solana. And people will be looking for different events, and which will more than likely happen on Ethereum. And it's already showing in the charts. More than likely, the Pump Fund extractive pre-sale will happen around this bearish retest, and Ethereum will really start gaining dominance later on into the bull cycle, which is obviously really bullish for our base native coin bags. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe. Super bullish on altcoins and super bullish on base chain ecosystem. I will be doing more videos over on my YouTube channel, relaying the charts to you guys, as well as more videos over on my X page. I'll have a quick sneak peek of what I do. So over my X page, I do a lot of base native content pieces, so like TA analysis around different base chain coins. And my last video was a few days ago. Where was it? So yep, just here. I did a Toshi video on the May 31st, just going through my base chain thesis, why I was bullish on the specific token, as well as just what I expect out of the base chain ecosystem and that specific token. Be sure to give it a like, retweet, watch all my videos over my X page because they're super informative. So that's all to the video, guys. Have a good one. Peace.